You are sitting in a room, surrounded by people who respect you, listen to you, and value your contributions. On paper, you are successful. You have achieved the goals you set out for yourself. People look at you with admiration. They believe you are competent, intelligent, and capable. But as you look back at them, a cold, silent dread washes over you. You are absolutely terrified. Because beneath the professional smile, the confident posture, and the carefully chosen words, you harbor a dark, paralyzing secret. You believe that you are a complete fraud. You are convinced that you do not actually belong here, that you have somehow tricked everyone into believing you are better than you actually are. And you live in constant, agonizing fear of the inevitable moment when the illusion shatters. The moment they finally wake up, see through your disguise, and realize you have been faking it the entire time. Welcome to the suffocating psychological prison of imposter syndrome. Most people assume that imposter syndrome is just a temporary lack of confidence, a fleeting moment of self-doubt that can be cured with a few motivational quotes or a string of external validations. But if you suffer from this, you know that praise does absolutely nothing to ease the anxiety. In fact, every compliment you receive only makes the fear worse. When someone praises your work, you do not feel proud. You feel a sudden spike of panic. You think to yourself, now the expectations are even higher. Now I have to perform even better to maintain this lie. You attribute all your past successes to mere luck, perfect timing, or a catastrophic error in the system. You believe that anyone else in your position could have done it better. You work obsessively, over-preparing for every meeting, overthinking every email, and sacrificing your physical and mental health. Not because you are ambitious, but because you are desperately trying to cover your tracks. You believe that if you just work twice as hard as everyone else, maybe, just maybe, they will not discover your fundamental incompetence. This chronic state of hypervigilance carries a devastating cognitive cost. You are never allowed to rest. You cannot enjoy your achievements because you do not believe they belong to you. You feel like an actor who has been shoved onto a stage without a script, forced to improvise in front of a hostile audience. Every single day is an exhausting performance designed to prevent the mask from slipping. But why does this happen? Why do highly intelligent, capable individuals genuinely believe they are imposters? To understand this agonizing phenomenon, we must explore the depths of analytical psychology and the profound insights of Carl Jung. Jung taught us that in order to survive in society, we all construct a persona, a psychological mask designed to meet the expectations of our parents, our culture, and our professional environments. The persona is not inherently bad. It is a necessary tool for navigating the social world. But the tragedy of the imposter syndrome lies in a fatal psychological error. You have completely disconnected from your true self. The reason you feel like a fraud is deeply paradoxical, yet perfectly logical. Psychologically speaking, you actually are being a fraud, but you are not deceiving other people about your competence. You are deceiving yourself about your identity. You have over-identified with the perfect, flawless persona that you present to the world. You have built a character who is never allowed to make a mistake, who must always know the answer, and who must never show weakness. But deep within your unconscious mind, your true self knows that this character is an impossible fiction. Your true self knows that you are human, flawed, uncertain, and sometimes entirely clueless. The friction between the flawless mask you wear and the flawed human you actually are creates an unbearable psychological tension. Your anxiety is not a fear of being discovered as incompetent. It is the terrifying fear of being discovered as human. You are terrified that if the world sees your uncertainty, your lack of absolute knowledge, or your moments of confusion, you will be rejected, humiliated, and exiled. This fear is often rooted in early experiences where love and validation were strictly conditional. Perhaps you were only praised for your grades, your achievements, or your perfection. You learned very early on that the world does not tolerate your flaws. It only rewards your performance. Therefore, any crack in the performance feels like a direct threat to your psychological survival. But maintaining this illusion is a war you cannot win. As long as your entire identity is wrapped up in an unattainable image of perfection, you will always feel like an imposter. True healing requires a radical and deeply uncomfortable shift in perspective. You must dismantle the psychological pedestal upon which you have placed everyone else. You look at your colleagues, your mentors, and your peers, and you assume they have it all figured out. You believe they possess a magical, innate competence that you fundamentally lack. This is an illusion. The absolute truth of the human condition is that everyone is improvising. Every adult, no matter how successful, wealthy, or powerful, is navigating the absolute uncertainty of life with incomplete information. The people you admire are also terrified. They also doubt themselves. The only difference is that they have accepted their uncertainty as a natural part of the process, while you view your uncertainty as a fatal flaw. To break free from this prison, you must commit to integrating your true self. You must begin to lower the mask. This means practicing the terrifying art of being visibly imperfect. It means saying, "I do not know the answer to that," without feeling a rush of shame. It means asking for help without apologizing for your existence. When you finally allow yourself to be seen as a flawed, learning, and evolving human being, the fear of exposure evaporates. Because there is absolutely nothing left to expose, you can finally stop performing and begin living. You will realize that you never had to be perfect to belong. You only had to be real.